Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland BROWNS. Let's get to the news. When it comes to the Cleveland Browns, the focus right now is on stability, especially at the most critical position in football, the quarterback spot. Everyone's talking about what's happening behind the scenes, whether it's with General Manager Andrew Berry, head coach Kevin Stefanski, or the entire front office. But truthfully, nothing will truly matter until the Browns figure out what's next at quarterback. That's always been the case, and it's especially true now, given the unique circumstances surrounding Deshaun Watson and the ongoing quest to build a reliable, consistent offensive attack that can carry this team deep into the playoffs. Since the 2021 season, which was Stefanski's second year coaching the Browns, the team has been in a bit of a quarterback carousel, starting a different signal caller almost every week. We've seen Joe Flacco return for multiple stints, including in 2023 and 2025, and Dorian Thompson-Robinson has also been thrown into the mix, starting games in 2023 and 2024. Injuries have been a huge part of this, no doubt. The Browns have suffered key setbacks with their quarterbacks, but even beyond injuries, the constant turnover illustrates a bigger problem. You simply can't build a winning team in the NFL when the most important position is in such flux. It's like trying to cook a great meal with a constantly changing recipe. Nothing sticks, and the results are inconsistent at best. The priority for Cleveland this offseason has to be about planning for the future of the quarterback position. No matter what happens with Stefanski, Berry, or the rest of the staff, the Browns need a clear, long-term plan for Deshaun Watson, whose massive, fully guaranteed contract finally starts to fade in 2027 when he hits free agency. That contract is a double-edged sword. It's a huge financial commitment, but it also means the Browns have a limited window to get this right, to maximize Watson's prime years, and to build around him with complementary pieces. But here's the thing. Beyond the headlines and the speculation, the real issue has been the lack of a solid backup plan behind Watson. It's been a glaring hole in Cleveland's roster, and that's arguably been the biggest failure of the current regime. You can't just throw out a different quarterback every week and expect to develop continuity or trust in the offense. The Browns need to identify a successor, whether that's through the draft or through some smart veterans on affordable contracts, to ensure they're not caught flat-footed when Watson's contract reaches its expiration date. Looking ahead to the draft, Cleveland will almost certainly have the capital to select one of the top 2 quarterbacks in this year's class. That's a huge opportunity for the Browns to finally, decisively, address the position with a young, talented quarterback who can develop into their long-term solution. But it's not just about drafting someone early. It's also about building a roster that supports that quarterback, giving him the weapons, the protection, and the coaching to succeed. Adding a veteran like Mac Jones from San Francisco could be a smart move. He's a guy with starting experience who could come in on a relatively cheap contract and serve as a bridge or a mentor for the rookie, easing the transition and providing stability in the short term. That kind of veteran presence can be invaluable, especially when you're trying to develop a young quarterback and build confidence in the offensive system. Now, a lot of fans are wondering about the future beyond 2025, especially with Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. Both have shown flashes of promise, but Cleveland isn't rushing to make any commitments just yet. Sanders, in particular, has been under the microscope. He's about to start his 6th straight game, and his rookie contract runs through 2028, but he's been very clear about living in the moment. During a recent interview, Sanders said he's focused on what he can control right now, winning games, playing clean football, and improving each week. That attitude is exactly what the Browns need in a quarterback, someone who isn't distracted by contracts or the future but who's committed to doing his best every day. Sanders also acknowledged that his future in Cleveland isn't guaranteed beyond this season. He said, "I live in the present. I'm focused on this week and this game because nothing's promised. Nothing's promised going into next year or anything. So I stay in the moment, stay focused on what I have to do now to even be here next year, you know? I just enjoy life." It's a mature outlook, especially for a rookie, and it speaks to his mental toughness and readiness to handle the pressure that comes with trying to earn a long-term spot in Cleveland. He's also been very transparent about the fact that the Browns haven't committed to him beyond 2025. That's not surprising. Teams always keep their options open, especially with a rookie QB who's still learning and growing. Sanders understands this, and he's not letting it distract him. Instead, he's focusing on his development, on making plays, and on earning his spot through performance. It's a smart approach, especially considering the Browns' current quarterback landscape, which is still very much in flux. What's impressive about Sanders is how he's handled the spotlight. Since stepping in as the starter, he's shown steady improvement, learning from each game and applying coaching points week after week. That resilience and focus are exactly what the Browns need at quarterback, someone who can grow into a leader, even amidst uncertainty. The team's support for Sanders seems to be growing, but the front office and coaching staff are clearly keeping their options open for 2026. They're looking at free agency, the trade market, and the draft, all as potential avenues to find the right guy to lead Cleveland forward. In the meantime, Sanders has 2 more chances this season to prove his worth. But regardless of how he performs, Cleveland's best move is to plan for the long term. They need to create a more stable, competitive environment at quarterback during training camp next year, whether that's through drafting, free agency, or a combination of both. The Browns have been around the NFL long enough to know that a franchise quarterback is the key to sustained success. They've seen what a difference a reliable QB can make, and they're eager to get that piece of the puzzle right. The current season has been a roller coaster for Cleveland fans. The team has shown flashes of brilliance, especially on defense and in the running game, but the offense has struggled to find consistency. The injuries, the turnover at QB, and the ongoing questions about leadership and future direction have kept fans on edge. Still, there's a sense of hope. Hope that the Browns are laying the groundwork for something special, something that can take them to the promised land. Every game, every snap is a step toward that goal, and the coaching staff is pushing every player to be at their best. The AFC North is as competitive as ever, with teams like the Ravens and Bengals fighting hard for division supremacy. But Cleveland has the talent, the coaching, and the fan support to turn things around. The upcoming offseason is crucial. It's the moment for the Browns to finally make a decisive move at quarterback, to put an end to the carousel, and to give their fans a reason to believe that their team is building something sustainable. The future of Cleveland Browns football depends on it. And just think, if they get that position right, if they find that franchise QB who can lead them through the highs and lows, the sky's the limit. The Browns have always been a proud franchise, with a passionate fan base that never gives up. We've seen glimpses of greatness before, and with the right pieces in place, this team can rise again. It's about patience, smart decisions, and trusting the process. The Browns are on that path, and all eyes are on what they do next. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Browns are in a critical spot. The draft is around the corner, and it's their chance to finally land a quarterback who can be their franchise centerpiece. Whether that's through the first round or drafting a project in later rounds, Cleveland needs to hit on that pick. Meanwhile, the team will also explore veteran options, maybe even trying to snag someone like Mac Jones if the opportunity arises. The goal is to find a guy who can stabilize the position, help the offense grow, and give fans hope for postseason success. The coaching staff, led by Stefanski, has shown resilience amid the chaos. They're known for their innovative schemes and ability to develop young talent. But even the best coaching can only do so much if the quarterback position remains a question mark. That's why the Browns' front office is probably thinking long and hard about their next move, whether to stick with Sanders, bring in a veteran, or try to make a splash in free agency or the draft. Of course, the fans are eager for clarity. They want to believe in a future where Cleveland has a reliable, dynamic quarterback leading the offense, making plays and inspiring confidence across the fan base. And with the team's recent draft history and current roster talent, it's not out of the realm of possibility. The Browns have the pieces, young, talented players on defense, a solid offensive line, and a coaching staff that knows how to get the best out of its players. What they need now is that one special piece, the quarterback who can elevate everyone else around him. As we watch these developments unfold, one thing remains clear. The Browns are at a crossroads. The decisions made this offseason, especially at quarterback, could define the franchise's direction for years to come. Fans are right to be excited and hopeful, but also patient. Building a Super Bowl contender takes time, and the Browns are well aware of that. They're in the process of laying a foundation, piece by piece, to finally put an end to the playoff drought and bring a championship back to Cleveland. The next few months will be crucial. The draft, free agency, training camp, every step will be watched closely. Cleveland's future depends on getting that quarterback position right, and the fans deserve nothing less than a team that's stable, competitive, and ready to fight for every yard on Sundays. With the passionate support of their fans, the Browns are determined to turn the page and write a new chapter filled with hope, resilience, and that never-give-up attitude that defines Cleveland football. So buckle up, Browns fans. The best is yet to come, and the journey to glory continues.